Hi Meg, it's Lisa, and I've got your midterm in front of me, and I want to show you what's happening. I know you noticed that the duration overall was 55.5, but if we pull up the screenshot solution, indeed it's 57.5. So here is what's happening. If I go to your midterm and I select a particular row, I'm going to pick row 5, and I'm going to move this over and notice the resources. One thing I see is a difference in the duration. It's only 0.67 days, so that's clearly one difference, whereas in the screenshot solution it's 1 day. But the other thing is this. If I select that row, I like to go to Task and go over here to the Details button. And this shows me the breakdown by resource. So it shows me that the designer is working 5.33 hours, project manager is doing the same, but the catering is too. And the catering is not a work resource. It should be a cost resource. So the only resources that would ever log hours would be work resources. Catering should be blank. In contrast, if I go to the screenshot solution and I highlight row 5 and I go to the Tasks tab, Details button, this is what it should look like. Project manager and designer should each be doing 8 hours of work on that task, and catering should be blank because catering is a cost resource. Well, let's go back to your project and I'll show you what, when I saw that, this is what it made me do. It made me say, how could catering be a work resource? It must be mistyped. So what I did is I went over here to the Gantt chart area, this little strip, and I right click. This gives me the shortcut menu of all my views, and I went to the resource sheet view and I saw this. There's catering typed as a cost. That's what you want. That's correct. These two are not. These two you need to remove. And I see what you did to try to accomplish, adding catering is $175 and $100. But this is as a work resource. So what's going to happen is it's going to log hours, which is going to foul up the overall duration. It's also not going to correctly add the cost. So if you were using Project to track costs, it wouldn't track the costs accurately as well. Okay, so how do you fix this? Well, that's going to be tricky. So I'm going to go back to the Gantt chart view. The tricky thing is you've already ticked off these tasks. In other words, you've marked them 100%. You have, what are called actuals, right? When you have actuals, trying to remove catering and add it back the right way, but then getting the resources to get back into that 8 hours a day and getting the dates to perfectly line up is tricky. You have to really do everything manually, which you could do. And I probably would do if this were happening for real. But I think it'd be beneficial for you to run through this again and just do it in order according to the instructions and add catering the proper way. So what I thought I would do is I would send you a copy of the midterm complete as of step 5. And then you can repeat those, those extra steps, make sure everything's right, add catering the correct way, and add your actuals, and everything should work out. In the real world, I would, since they've already been marked complete, I'd probably just fudge it and get in there and try to, manipulate the hours. But I would like you to redo it if you can and make sure you've got catering in there properly and you've got your actuals recorded, and then you'll see all those numbers line up. So again, I'm going to send you a copy of the midterm complete as of step 5, so you don't have to redo that part, and then you can just start from step 5. And I'm trying to think, maybe I'll send it to you. It's no fun to do some of those steps like the baseline comparison. Maybe I'll send it to you as of a later step, so you just need to do that last part. So let me figure out what step that is and I'll write that in the email. Okay, that's it.